What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video, as you can see in this title, it is Aaron Smith versus Conor Murray, who is the best scrum half in world rugby today. Now obviously in the future I'm going to do my all-time great scrum halves and all-time great fly halves, but in these two videos that I've done yesterday and today, it is who I think currently is the better one. Now yesterday's video seemed to tick off quite a few All Black supporters. My apologies for those who got offended, but I just think Johnny Sexton is a brilliant rugby player. Yes, Beauden Barrett is the best fly half in the world, and I should have stated that because he is a two-time IRB champion. He is a try-scoring machine, but I just thought that Johnny Sexton deserved the respect of where he's taken Ireland, how far Ireland has come, and a lot of that is due to the skill of this brilliant man who has done so well for his country. Now obviously we're all entitled to our own opinions and we're not always going to agree, but for those who got offended or got personally ticked off, wasn't my intention. I can't please everyone. I am just a fan, not a rugby analyst. I'm a fan sharing my thoughts and opinion of the game we all love. And I try and be respectful to both nations, both sporting codes, because it's something I strongly believe in, and that's why I always try and be neutral, even when I talk about the Springboks. But let's get to the topic of the day, and that is these two amazing scrum halves in world rugby, Aaron Smith from the All Blacks and Conor Murray from Ireland. Now both these players are so brilliant in this position, but are so different. And when I say different, Aaron Smith is so well known for his amazing ability to pass a rugby ball. He passes it with such skill. It's always direct, it's always to the right player, it's always at the right moment, and majority of the time when they're on the try line, that man passes the ball, there is a try. He is just genius. Now Conor Murray has the skill of the kicking. He can kick a ball like a fly off. He can place kick, he can box kick, he can grab a kick, and also majority of the time the man's movements are successful and they show a lot of strength. A similarity with these two brilliant scrum halves is they gel so well with their current fly offs. Johnny Sexton and Conor Murray are a brilliant team together, one of the best, and so are Aaron Smith and Beauden Barrett. Now Aaron's been playing obviously for quite some time now, and Aaron has had the pleasure of playing with the great Dan Carter, so he has so much experience with such talented fly offs. Aaron Cruden as well, and all the others that have stepped into place when players are injured. So both have the ability to really just take their team to the next level, and have done that. They have taken them to so many strings. They have scored so many amazing tries, and that's why the scrum half for me is my favourite position in world rugby, because of the cheekiness, the cleverness, the quickness, the tacticalness of the kicking, the passing skill. It's just, I've got so much respect for this position because of how quick they are, and why I like it more, because majority of the scrum halves are short and cocky, like George Gregan and a lot of the scrum halves. Now Conor Murray does not fall into this situation because he's quite a big bloke for the game, which you don't often quite see. Now Aaron is he's not the shortest of players, but he's not the biggest either, and whereas Conor is quite a large bloke who is strong and quick and all that stuff. Now Aaron's just as strong and quick, but in his own ability and built. Now they are brilliant at what they've done, but now comes to the part where I might tick off some more fans here, but that's not my intention. Again, just sharing my thoughts. Conor Murray for me in the past 2 years has been just a little bit ahead of Aaron Smith. Why I say that is because if you look at the Lions series, he stood out. He was the top scrum half. He was one of the top rugby players for the Lions series. He is an athlete. He is truly brilliant at what he does. He has taken Ireland into amazing performances that have led them to the Grand Slam victory in the Six Nations, and he's really just shown true leadership and quality within. Now Aaron's done the same. He's a World Cup finalist. He is brilliant. He's scored fantastic tries. But in the past year, with the All Blacks, we have been currently seeing the battle of Aaron and TJ Perenara. Now, if you had asked me, and again, I'm not an expert, but for last year, I would have picked TJ Perenara, because I think that man is quick, he's fast, and was just that little bit better than Aaron Smith. I love the passion within Perenara. I love the fact that he's such a well-respected player, and he's done so much for the All Blacks. And I suppose when you're the number one, it's always hard to sit back and watch. We've seen it in many instances. If you look at, which a lot of you pointed out yesterday, Beauden Barrett has played less games than Johnny, because he had to sit back to Dan Carter, which is a true factor, and that's something I should have mentioned. Now, TJ Perenara, for me, is in that similar situation, sitting back to Aaron Smith, who is the number one for New Zealand. But for me, they are both so skillful, and both can do the job, and both can win it. Whereas Conor Murray doesn't have much competition and will always be that step ahead. Now, I know there's some other great scrum halves in Ireland, but for me, Conor is standout. Whereas if you look at the All Blacks, you see Aaron and you see TJ, and they are both brilliant at the ball. And that, for me, because of that competition, because of the quest of how well these guys have played, and I know there were a few discipline issues with Aaron, I think it was last year or the year before. Conor Murray, for me, is just a little bit ahead of Aaron Smith. I know George Gregan said similar things as well. Said Conor Murray had a way better Lions tour, and he also it's just a little bit ahead of Aaron Smith. But both are tactically brilliant, so please do not get me wrong on that one. Conor and Aaron are geniuses with the ball. They are the best scrum halves in world rugby today, and have done so much and achieved so much for their respective countries. And both countries can count themselves so lucky to have such great talent like that. And the fact that they gel so well too with their respective fly-offs is even more incredible, and makes them stand out so much. Now, 2 years prior to what I've mentioned, so let's say 3 years ago, Aaron Smith was the top dog of scrum halves with Will Kenya. It was Aaron and Will. Now it's Conor and Aaron. But I reckon maybe in a year or two's time, hopefully if they don't get injured, it's going to be TJ Perenara and Conor Murray or Faf de Klerk. I think these boykies are going to come up and show their strength. Conor Murray, probably not the youngest bloke in the world, but he's still brilliant, and he's still got quite a bit of time ahead of him. And from the experience point of view, I think he'll take the slot of where Aaron maybe, where people see Aaron Smith now. And I just see TJ Perenara having such a great career, and Aaron Smith maybe could go into that boat. I hope not for the All Black side, for the All Black's sake, is going after the World Cup straight overseas to play overseas rugby. There's talk of Beauden maybe doing it too. I do not know. I just read the odd comment where people have said that. So you never know. For me personally, to answer today's debate or question is, I believe Conor Murray edges Aaron Smith, and has just had a great 2 years of amazing rugby, and for me it's just that step better. No disrespect intended towards Aaron Smith. It's just my opinion and my thoughts on that. So please be sure to leave your comment section, which I'm sure you guys are going to do, down below, and let me know who you think is the better scrum half. Again, let's try and be respectful to the respective scrum halves. Remember, they're all brilliant. I know the All Blacks are the best in the world and are the dominant team, but I'm just trying to pick perspectives from what I've seen over the years, what I've seen in the Lions tour, which wasn't, as you guys know, the All Blacks' strongest, and what I've seen in the Six Nations and June tests and all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts. Answer the poll above. And also, another possible video, one of you guys suggested it, Brodie Retatic versus Evan Etzebeth. Should I do that as my video coming up in the week as well. Answer the poll above, yes or no, and I'll do it. A lot of you wanted this video, so here it is. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to smash that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you can keep up to date with all future rugby uploads. Pro 14 preview coming out tomorrow, so make sure you subscribe for that, and as well as maybe Brodie Retallick versus Evan Etzebeth. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Again, hope you enjoyed that, and apologies to those who got offended by me going talking about Johnny Sexton, Beauden Barrett in different ways. So yeah, stay safe, never give up. Cheers guys.